We're learning more about the tragic incident at a medical building in Washington, PA yesterday. A Jeep went airborne and crashed into the building, killing a worker and injuring two other people. Tonight, police want to know more about the driver. Paul Martino joins us with an update now. Paul.
Again, this one incredibly sad. Kimberly Dolar's family was preparing for a wedding down in Mexico this weekend. Now they're planning a funeral here in Washington County. Meanwhile, police are focusing in on that Jeep and the driver as possible causes of this tragic accident.
The investigation centered on this man, 43-year-old Chad Spence of Weirton, West Virginia. He drove the red Jeep Liberty that went wildly out of control into the Washington Health Clinic Outpatient Center. 57-year-old Kimberly Dollard was sitting at her desk, getting ready to leave for her son's wedding in Mexico, when the Jeep slammed into her and killed her. What's the driver saying about the crash?
Yesterday, he didn't really have any recollection of the events, so obviously he was being treated medically, so we left him to have that taken care of.
Flowers were placed at the scene of the crash Thursday. The damage was being assessed by company officials. Meanwhile, police are looking at three possibilities: a mechanical failure, a medical problem that caused the driver to lose control, or was the driver under the influence? They've taken a blood sample.
That takes even the longest time because we have to send the blood off to a laboratory, and that takes a little bit of time for them to complete the testing.
Blood tests are standard in a fatal crash, but in this instance, the driver has a bad history. Chad Spence's criminal record includes many violations, including driving under the influence, drug and weapons charges, and endangering the welfare of children. Even so, police are keeping an open mind.
Past events don't really mean that he did something wrong in this instance.
Chad Spence was released from the hospital today, and police are preparing to interview him. They have also obtained a search warrant to check out that Jeep. They're also reviewing surveillance video from the scene that shows some, but not all, of that crash. Reporting live in Washington, PA, Paul Martino, KDKA-TV News.